Hey everyone, welcome back to another iZombie recap. Last week we left off on a huge cliffhanger after Liv learned about her father's whereabouts and went to introduce herself. Now we, the audience, already know this man as the creepy zombie guy who's pulling the strings behind the scenes and has put spies inside Liv's renegade operation. Now whether or not he knows that Renegade is his daughter, we don't know. Let's go ahead and see what happens. We open on a flashback to 5 years in the past where it appears that Liv's father has created utopium, the original drug that created the zombie virus. He snorts some of his own stash and looks like he becomes the first zombie. Cut back to the cliffhanger from last week with Liv arriving on his doorstep. Martin tells Liv that he's a changed man. He's not the person her mother described him as. She tells him that she works for the police department and he takes note of this. She ends up having a work emergency and has to leave. Ravi accidentally uses car salesman brain in his grilled cheese and Liv uses the same. They're both acting crazy as Clive attempts to question the widow of the deceased. They get intensely competitive, which annoys Clive. Major and Peyton meet with the military to encourage them to approve tax dollars to build a zombie-only area, an island out in the river that the former lady in charge of Fillmore Graves was trying to get created. Another flashback shows us the night of the boat party where Liv was infected with the zombie virus. A pre-zombie Blaine is preparing to move the utopium while Donnie and his twin brother talk about what an idiot he is. Liv and Martin meet up to talk and he tells her more about how he's changed his life. He tells her that he's a zombie and she tells him that she's one as well and she was turned at the boat party. She figures out that Martin is still using utopium and confronts him about it, but then she gets mad and leaves. Clive and Liv interrogate the murder victim's competition at the car lot, and Liv has a vision of someone making a threat towards the victim. Blaine recruits men to start abducting teenagers with the cure. After interviewing another suspect, Clive and Liv find out the victim's wife was also cheating with the general manager of the car lot. This theory turns out to be a dead end, however, and it's revealed that the actual killer was the man who gave them the tip about the general manager. He'd been plotting for a year to get revenge against the victim for getting him fired. Liv decides to help her father if he truly wants to get clean. The episode ends with Martin watching a video of Liv as Renegade talking about her mission to help people. Martin's associate tells him to be careful of Liv and he tells him that he's well aware of her and he knows what he's doing. Now this was an interesting episode and I really did like the flashbacks to the pre-boat crash times. I think it'd be really cool to see more of those, maybe even some of a pre-zombie Liv. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. Be sure and give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week for another iZombie recap. Thanks for watching, everyone.